Welcome to this video series to learn about Azure Arc enabled SQL Server and how to use one of its features to migrate SQL databases into SQL Server managed instances. Our goal is to make you familiar with the Azure Arc enabled SQL servers and to introduce you to the SQL migration feature available via Arc enabled SQL Server. Before we move into session goals, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Sam Ezel, and I'll be joined by Rodrigo Monteiro. We are part of the Azure Databases Global Black Belt, a team in the Americas time zone. Today, you will get an overview of Arc, and we'll have a brief navigation on Azure Arc portal. Arc enables the management of resources using a single pane of glass. With Arc, you can manage your on-premises resources located on remote data centers or in public clouds. With Arc, you will be able to operate and manage your hybrid resources. What you need to get started. Now that you have decided to move forward by adopting Arc, we will review the requirements necessary to onboard Arc at your company. Step-by-step deployment. With the requirements in place, we will onboard a new server to the environment. We will also cover the process if you need to enable multiple machines, allowing to expedite Arc adoption at your company, be it 5, 10, 100 or more servers. Exploring the Arc dashboards. With all your servers onboarded, we will explore the functionality of dashboards. There are several pre-built dashboards from our product team, and you will also have the opportunity to learn how to build your own dashboard. Licensing made simple. Arc introduces a new way of licensing SQL servers. You no longer need to pay SQL Server license in full. By converting SQL license into pay-go, your company will be charged by consumption of SQL Server resources. So, if you turn the servers off during weekends or after hours, you will only pay for the actual hours used, allowing potential savings. Best Practice Assessment, BPA. You can schedule your servers to have an assessment done and obtain areas that need your attention. With reports showing issues by impact level, you can prioritize remediation and get your SQL Server farm in much better shape, be it performance, security, maintenance, and so forth. Performance monitoring. We provide you a dashboard with the most important SQL Server counters for your monitoring. This first part of the series will complete with two more sections. We will start with an overview of troubleshooting steps in case you get stuck with your deployment or post-deployment. And we're going to start or provide an introduction of our second area of focus, which is migration assessment. We will cover the two methods you have available to migrate SQL databases into Azure Managed Instance, Log Replace Services and MI-Link. Now, let's take a look at the Azure Arc portal, where we'll be investing most of the time in this video series. To reach the Arc portal, we type Azure Arc at the search bar. The menu will show to us the option Azure Arc, or as you can see, it was already displayed as a previously used resource, so it really does not matter which one you choose. There we go. Now we are in the Arc portal. From here, we can see all resources that have been onboarded into Arc. So we can click here, and these are all the resources that have been onboarded into Arc. This visualization is customizable. You can modify columns, save the new column arrangements as a view, so you can get back to that visualization easily. So let's take a look on edit columns. And let's say I don't care, or I don't need now for the time zone. And I can save. The column is gone. Can squeeze the columns, widen if you need. Okay, and you have this option to click on the ellipses to see additional options. You click on the tag, and you can see all the tags that have been added to that particular resource. Another functionality on this portal is that you can type for any text to filter the resources. So if I want to type Windows Win 2K, this will filter out the rows for that matching keyword. If I want to go more specific, I can put 19, and this will filter for 19. Or if I want to see all the resources that have been assigned to migration as a tag. So I have these 3 resources being assigned to migrations. We will see this later on. So from this place, as I found the resource I want to operate on, I can click on the resource. So let's use this ArcBox Win 2K222. And this will navigate to that particular resource, showing all its properties. So I can use this tabbed visualization to see all the properties of that particular machine. I can click on capabilities to see what we can add, or what else you can see. For instance, if I want to see all the updates on that machine, I can click here on updates. And this will show all the pending updates, the severity, the knowledge base, if there is a reboot associated with that update, and when the update was published. If I now go back, click here, we can see also recommendations for that machine. So just scroll down and you see all the recommendations, which is out of the scope of this video. And last but not least, tutorials. So you can see that we have provided to you 2 tutorials, Introduction to Arc and Arc Jumpstart. Super recommended tutorials. Now let's go back to the Arc portal. Okay, so the focus of this series is about the SQL Server instances. So let me navigate to that. And as I click SQL Server instances, we can see the listing shows how resources we have with SQL Server instances. Same resources that we saw on the previous screen with the all Arc resources, but now filtered for SQL Server resources. From here, we can click on any of the SQL Server instances to operate or to see its details or properties. So let's select this guy. And this will show to us all the properties that we have for that machine. And this will be the focus of our remaining videos in this series. Let's go back now to see what other contents the series will provide. Before going on the Arc portal navigation, we spoke about the migration assessment. The remainder of the video series, you dive into options for your actual SQL Server database migration, using Azure SQLMI link or using log replace services. Each of these two methods will present to you in 4 videos each. Starting with the log replace services, the first video is going to give you an overview of the feature, the requirements, performing an actual migration, and doing the cutover when your data is migrated. Or using the MI link, we're going to be also providing an overview of the MI link feature, providing to you the requirements for MI link, executing an actual migration, and performing the cutover. Thank you for watching. Looking forward to see you in the next videos of this series.